So football is my life. I love football. I've been playing football ever since I've been like 5 years old. On the side of the house where we had this big field and we played, football all day long. Then we went to other places in the neighborhood and just played football and just had a blast. And ever since then, I've been playing football, video games. It's just been a part of what I do. It's just a thing. Nevertheless, uh, I can't stop playing football games in video games. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've been taking a break every now and then. I go back to it. This, that, and the third. But for the most part, I have at least one, maybe two football games that I love to play. And one of those games is NCAA football 14. The reason why I love this game, and I'll show it to you. The reason why I love this game right here is still amazing after all this time. Now, it takes nothing away from college football 25. I still think that's a very solid game. Probably one of the best football games ever created on the football field. But when it comes to immersion and everything else that makes you want to continue to play, it lacked that. And I think I went to like maybe one season and a couple of games. And the season was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, but everything was left on the field. I think all the off the field stuff just was left to be desired. It didn't feel like I was running a program. And that's one of the reasons, or the main reason why I still play NCAA football 14. First and foremost, it still has the ESPN logos on it, which I think that would never be replicated again. I know NBA Live still uses it. What NBA Live? NBA Live hasn't been around since 2018. What am I talking about? But it hasn't used it, in that long, and I don't think it'll ever be done again. Maybe they'll strike a deal with somebody and it'll work, but I'm not sure. Nevertheless, that's not the whole story. Even though that the recruiting is a little easy, you can exploit it. But when you just try to use your common sense values when it comes to actually recruiting and playing football and actually recruiting your needs, it becomes very strategic in NCAA 14 to the point where you don't necessarily build a powerhouse in 2 or 3 years, which you can. But when you really take into consideration what you want for every position, it does become somewhat of a chess match. And I never felt that way for college football 25. Even after the first season when I went through the recruiting, it just felt kind of weird with all the intricacies going on. And I understand that nowadays you have the transfer portal and you have like abundance of players that you can actually come to your school in the same position in some cases. The recruiting over there is actually, it's fairly robust, but it just doesn't feel like I'm getting anybody that's a game changer or a difference maker. NCAA football 14, sorry about that. NCAA football 14, this game still feels very organic after all of this time. It still feels very good after all these years. I mean, the game came out in 2013 and I still have a blast playing it. Like right now, I'm in my second dynasty. The first one I did was, and I know people are not gonna like to hear this. Well, not take that back. I'm on my third dynasty. But my first one, like I said, nobody wants to really want to hear this. First dynasty I did was with the Georgia Bulldogs, and it was like the closest team, and I did not want to play with Georgia State. I was not doing that. And I'm a Georgia Southern Eagles fan. I mean, you can see that behind me over there. So I know some people probably think I'm crazy for using the Bulldogs, but I used them for maybe like 15 years in the dynasty. That was cool. And, I mean, it's still saved on my PS3, but I just stopped using them, and then I ended up started using the actual Georgia Southern Eagles through what's it called, Team Builder, and I got all the other teams that was in the Sun Belt, and that was actually a blast. I did almost 20 years in that one, and now I'm in my third one where I'm using Eastern Michigan. And right now I'm in like year 7. So I've played a lot of this game within the last, what is it now, 12 years. But I just cannot get that same satisfaction over college football 25. And I thought that was going to be the game that was going to take me away from, playing these, this particular football game. And it is really, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying like college football 25 is a bad game. No, I mean, it's actually a wonderful game. it just doesn't catch it. To me, it doesn't carry the essence of college football like it did with NCAA 14. Now, I also will say that college football 25 does have the BCS tournament, the playoff, which is absolutely great. Now, that's awesome. You know, and I wish it was in NCAA 14, but I mean, hey, you can't have everything, right? But the BCS is kind of a reminder of like what all the controversy that goes on. Like I remember in one of my dynasties, I can't remember one of the three that I played, but I remember one of my dynasties, I had a good lord, I can't remember. It was like a 4 loss team. Believe it or not, end up being like number 2 in the BCS and end up winning the national title. Because I think, matter of fact, it was Michigan. Because Michigan was 8 and I think it was like I can't remember, but they end up being 8-4 going to the national title. I think they end up beating like number 1 Ohio State in the end of the year, and then they end up beating another team in the Rose Bowl or something like that. And that would got them to the BCS title game or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was crazy how that played out. But stuff like that makes me like look like, man, this is some BS. But this was the system that we were dealing with prior to the playoff. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the playoff is better, but that type of stuff I get a kick out of. So NCAA 14 for me is still a go. Now, there's a couple other games I do like to play, like the original Xbox version of Madden 08 and NCAA Football 08, which those are two other games that I would never like put down as well. But I do like this game here will continuously be in my rotation. It's just something about this game that just I'm not gonna say it does everything right, but it does enough. And I think it does enough to satisfy what I want in a college football game, to the point where I enjoy building a team from the ground up throughout the way I told you earlier. I think it works. It works out very well for me, and I tried. I thought I would, but I just don't get that same uh team building aspect, or dynasty building aspect out of college football 25. And it's not a knock on the game. Like I said, it's a good game, and I think 26 is going to be a even better game than 25. But will it get me off of NCAA 14? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been playing NCAA 08 for the original Xbox since 2007. I mean, you do it? Will it? I don't think so. Not after me playing the other game I just said for all that time. I mean, NCAA 07 came out. I mean, NCAA 08 came out in 2007. That's 18 years. And I'm still playing that game. So I don't know. But before I get out of here, another game I've been playing, and these are college football, college sports titles, to kind of get away from all the other tough stuff I was talking about. March Madness just finished, so I was playing this. College basketball 10, still an excellent game to play, and I was playing this over the weekend because of March Madness. Still love this game. Nothing against College Hoops 2K, which I do have there on my 360 back here. It's where the other 360 games are, where my fingers right there. Still have it. It's still a great game, but this one, when it comes to March Madness, this carries it very well, and it plays good too. And I also have the baseball game, so all 3 major sports are represented: football, basketball, and baseball. MVP NCAA baseball 06 and 07. So I still play these from time to time as well. One thing I like about this one, though, this version has the Georgia Southern Eagles in the game, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. This game also has Georgia Southern in it, so that's cool. NCAA 14 has behind Georgia State in it. Nobody cares about that game, really, that team. This game does not have Georgia Southern in it. I guess they wasn't able to put it in beforehand, but nevertheless, I can ramble about college games all day long because I think college games are way better than the professional games. I do think the basketball game is better than the 2K series. I wish 2K would make a college game. I think the college football game is better than Madden. And I don't know about the MLB games. I'm going to be honest with you, man. The MLB games are, the MLB the show is pretty good. I can't lie. It's really good. And MLB 2K13 was actually pretty solid as well. But I can't say they're better than, these games here. I can't say that. But as far as football games go, Like I said, the NCAA 08, Madden 08, I still play those, but I still play this one probably more than any other one, to be honest. I don't know. It's just something about this game is it just keeps me going. The other games, NCAA 08, Madden 08, I do like it because you can manage draft classes, and you can manage draft classes with this to a Madden 25, but I'm just not into Madden like that no more, man. It just doesn't do it. But hopefully you hung around for this video, a little change of pace of what I normally talk about. I haven't talked about sports titles in a long time, but I am a big football fan, very huge football fan, and it's just football games just haven't done it for me. So I'm still playing these older titles. It is what it is. Shout out to All Pro Football 2K8 as well. But I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, tell them out. Peace.